Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. Today is Friday, March 11, 2022, and today is my 200th episode. Yay! So thank you all for being here with me today. I started doing this just last year on September 1st, and here we are 200 days in, and I'm so happy that you all have been here with me to sort of watch my progress and my sort of creative process move forward. I think it's finally turning into something that I enjoy watching, so hopefully you enjoy tuning into it every day as well. Thank you again for being here. And the sun is in Pisces today, Mercury is in Pisces, Neptune is Pisces, Jupiter is in Pisces. So all of these circles up here, these are planets. And then Pisces is a sign. It is a segment of the sky that is devoted to a certain set of ideas and sort of feelings and notions. And with Pisces, it's the end of the zodiac wheel. Aries is the next zodiac sign, and that is the beginning of the wheel of the year. So it's the end of the year, and it's a time to rest and reflect. It's a time of heightened imagination, creativity, and sense of play. So, when a planet is in Pisces, it's sort of affected by, that Pisces vibe, that playful, restful, creative Pisces vibe. And we've got the sun, we've got Neptune, Jupiter, and Mercury all in Pisces. So let's break it down a little bit. Sun in Pisces has us all feeling, because the sun is the outer life, right? It has to do with sort of who we are out in the world, and it has us all feeling in that part of our lives giving, sort of altruistic, and also gifted with imagination, gifted with a dream, gifted with a sense of our own growth and potential. So that's the sun in Pisces. And then Neptune in Pisces inspires this sense of connection and creativity. So, it brings it brings more of a flow, or I should say an intensified flow of inspiration to that creative vibe that we have. And, Neptune is at home in Pisces. Neptune is one of Pisces' ruling planets along with Jupiter. So that inspiration and creativity, they're always kind of there, but it's just a little intensified because the planet is actually in the sign at this time. And then Jupiter is Pisces' other co-ruling planet. Jupiter expands and amplifies all of the effects that it touches. And Mercury in Pisces is adding color and creative style to the way we think, to the plans we make, to the way we communicate and have conversations with people. So, think of that with Jupiter in there as like expanding inspiration flow, expanding just that feeling of being giving and gifted with imagination, expanding our creative thoughts and plan making, and our ability to communicate in maybe even sort of unusual ways, or just more connected ways where we think about the connection that we have with people and not just the words that we have to say, right? Or think about the connection we have to the plans we're making and not just how to get to the end goal. And then the moon, first quarter moon, just the day after the first quarter in Cancer, really indicates to me that a lot of what we are now working for is comfort, harmony, and healing in the home. So in the inner life, when it comes to how it feels to be in myself, in my body, heart, and mind, and also in my home space, it's a good idea right now to be nurturing ourselves and others sort of with water-based things. So, a nice warm bath for yourself, a good pot of soup or chili or whatever it is that you like to eat that's nurturing, and drink plenty of water, make sure you're well hydrated. So that's the moon in Cancer. Moon rules Cancer, so that heart and home vibe, again, is really just kind of doubled up and amplified. So we're really feeling our feelings at this time. Pisces and in Cancer, both water signs. Cancer is the cardinal water sign, and Pisces is the mutable water sign. So you've got some leadership here in the heart and home that says, let's just take care of ourselves. And then we've got some sort of changeable, shifting, like the creative thoughts, the flow just keeps coming in. We keep having new ideas and wanting to do beautiful things for ourselves. So I love that energy. We're really in touch with our emotions at this time, hopefully, and we're able to communicate in creative ways about it, and we feel like we have enough creativity on our mind and in our heart that we can look for those positive shifts and changes that we can make to cause things to go better for us, right? Inner and outer life. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the aspects. I want to let you know that there is a key on the side here. This legend has most of the symbols that are on the page are in the legend. So if you want a word, a name to go with a symbol, it's right there. Otherwise, I'm going to talk about it all as we go through. And otherwise, I also have divided the page into 2 columns, one for each of our luminaries. So on the moon side of the page, the moon sheds light on our inner lives. Like I said, this is how it feels to be in your body, your heart, and your mind. It is those things you think, feel, know, and intuit, but that don't necessarily get expressed, right? And also who you are at home in your domestic space, whoever's there with you as well. Your relationship to those people. And then the sun sheds light on our outer lives. This has more to do with who we are in the workspace, in the civic and social spaces, how we interact with the public, the part of our being that interfaces with the outer world. So I address the sun and the rest of the planet's aspects over here because they take longer and they have more to do with who we are in the outer life. These lunar aspects can be very brief, are very brief, and they have more of an impact again on those things we think, feel, know, and intuit, but that might not find expression. So we start today with the moon. Central Standard Time, friends, is 6 a.m. The moon makes a trine aspect with Mercury. So again, moon is about the inner life. It is about our experience of ourselves and our private lives. And Mercury is about those, it's our personal planet. It's about the day-to-day thoughts, plans, and communications that each of us personally makes, as well as like the traveling around that we do. So this is always going to have us feeling like we want to communicate with the people that we keep closest to us, and we're really thinking about and making plans for our heart and our home, like for ourselves personally and for what it's like to be in our home. And this trine aspect here really represents harmonious functioning, like an ideal time to be thinking, planning, and communicating about what we want for ourselves and in our home, and how we're going to go about getting it. And then way on the other end of the day, actually the next morning at 1:37 a.m., Saturday morning, the moon will make a sextile with Uranus. So again, that's your inner life. It's how it feels to be you and who you are at home. And Uranus is the planet for awakening us, shaking us up, and helping us see the shifts and changes that we can make in order to, get the things that we want to have or get to the sort of functioning we want to have in our lives. So this is, and that sextile aspect is great, generative, positive vibration that says that inner life changes can generate positive results. Okay, so we've been talking about looking for those opportunities to make a shift or a change for the better. And with Uranus, often it's a very instinctual thing, like you just have a little aha moment, like, oh, I have an idea. And then, you just try something else on and it works better for you. So, keep your eyes peeled for this, and you might find something coming up for you very early in the morning if you're awake at that time, or maybe you'll dream something that will help you shift your ways toward a better perspective. Then on the sun side of the page, we have two ongoing aspects, each of them with us through the 20th of March. So we got this one on the 16th of February, we got this one on the 17th of February. They've been traveling together. They're going to begin and end together, so they really have a lot to do with each other. Venus conjunct Mars is primarily about relationships, especially our partnerships. And first, I want to remind you that your number one partner is yourself. You've got an inner life and an outer life, and these two have to get together. They've got to work together in order for you just to be able to pursue your own goals and dreams, right? And then, partnerships come in the romance sector of our lives, in the work sector of our lives, in the friend and family sectors of our lives. Whoever it is that you're close to or that you work closely with, that's those people are your partners. But I brought it back to romance today, and I thought I would just say that, when Venus is conjunct with Mars, we are more tender and passionate at this time. We're more interested in intimacy with those trusted partners, those trusted romantic partners especially. It's a good time to show someone how you feel. We want to act out on it. We want to really make a demonstration, Mars, of how we feel, Venus. So, it's okay to do that. And also some guidance that I received was, at this time, because we're in Aquarius, Venus and Mars might be attracted to some sort of unconventional approaches to the way we interact, especially out in the world. But also, it's a great time to get pleasure in the routine. The things that we normally do, okay, we're going to be a little more receptive to the joy and pleasure that can come out of taking care of the things that we always take care of, because, we have to in order to maintain the lifestyle we want to live. So there's some romantic stuff for you. We are more tender and passionate at this time. It is a good time to be demonstrative about your feelings for another person. And, especially if you're in a long-term relationship, and a lot of us are, things are not always so just fiery and exciting and passionate as they were at the beginning, obviously, because you just kind of get used to each other. But there's a contentment and a joy that can come in just taking care of one another in the day-to-day. I know I get that contentment with my spouse, and I really take a lot of pleasure in it, especially these days. But guys, the spring is coming, and I feel all of this creative, impulsive energy sort of welling up in me. So my tender heart is all about my spouse at this time, and I'm really appreciating that, and I'm appreciating her. Jupiter sextile Uranus at this time as well. So Uranus, I was just giving this a little more extra thought. Uranus is in Taurus right now, and this indicates really sort of shifting dynamics in our sense of security, right? Uranus brings about highlights for us changes and shifts that we can make to get better functioning for ourselves. And Taurus is really about our sense of security, feeling at home, feeling grounded. So Uranus and Taurus, if we feel a little unsteady, Taurus probably don't like each other very well, I'll be honest with you. Taurus might be having a little bit of a hard time right now. So if you're a Taurus, or if you have a Taurus, heavily Taurus influenced loved one, understand that they've been going through changes. And it's not all been very comfortable. Jupiter is in Pisces, though, saying let's dream a bigger dream. So these shakeups come in our sense of security, and this is mostly outer life. It does have to do with our inner life, of course, as well. But the shifting dynamics in our sense of security just tell us that it is time to make a change. Taurus doesn't really like to have to make changes for no good reason. And sometimes it doesn't seem like those quick changes that Uranus wants to make, those quick instinctual changes, they don't seem to be like the kind of changes Taurus is interested in doing. They want to map it out. They want to pros and cons list. They want to really make sure that it's a balanced and measured approach to change. And Uranus doesn't necessarily feel that way, but I'm letting you know that, if Uranus has had you off kilter a little bit lately, if you've been going through a lot of changes, and really all of us have one way or another, it's okay, because Jupiter is in Pisces here, and these guys are sextile. So Jupiter's in Pisces here saying, it's okay. Life can be bigger. We can dream a bigger dream. You can get a better, more stable foundation under you. You can feel more secure and have more of the luxuries and love that life has to offer. And that's really what Taurus is looking for. So that sextile smiley face there, that sextile energy says your sense of being able to dream bigger and your sense of shifting dynamics and your sense of security, they're in cooperation together. So if you can make the shift, especially if it's a shift for the better, Jupiter is there to hold you, not just to hold you up, but to show you the expanded version of what you can have and what you can be and what you can do. So I find that very exciting, especially in the context of our partnerships, romantic, workplace, or otherwise, friends. Okay, coming up on Sunday, this Sunday, is daylight savings time. First of all, it's spring forward. If you are in a place that has daylight savings in the United States, it's going to be a spring forward Sunday, this coming Sunday. And on that day, the sun makes a conjunct with Neptune, which is like a spotlight shown on the inspiration and the sense of connection that we're feeling to spirit and to the rest of humanity, and really to ourselves as well. And then on Monday, Neptune is going to reach its aphelion. So we saw this happen last week. The sun made a conjunct with Jupiter, and then Jupiter reached its aphelion. So it's sort of farther out there. So the effects that it has on us are just a little bit delayed. They're just a little slower or a little more subdued. We don't feel them as overwhelmingly, and maybe that's a good thing, especially with the sun shining on them. So that could be really helpful in terms of bringing clarity without bringing overwhelm. And then on Thursday, Mercury is going to make a sextile with Uranus. We've got Uranus all over the page right now doing sextile things. It's going to be Mercury's turn to say, hey, yeah, let's talk about the shifts and changes we can make. And I think I'm ready to do that work now. Then coming up on Friday, we'll have that full moon in Virgo. There are a lot of other things going on Friday and Saturday next week, but I want to point out that next Sunday is when the sun shifts from Pisces into Aries. We're already practically to the end of the month. So not this Sunday, but next Sunday, the sun will make its ingress to Aries, and that will be the spring equinox, friends. It will be time for the flowers to bloom, and I can't wait for it. Okay, so thank you so much for being here with me. This has been the aspects for today. If you see anything that you would like to comment on, if you have a question, if anything comes up for you that you want to share, go ahead and put it in the comments section below. I love it when you guys comment, and I will see it and respond. Also, if you're still here with me, like my video, click the thumbs up button, click the subscribe button, click the notifications bell. I post every day, so I'd love to have you come back tomorrow and see what we have on the astrological plate for tomorrow. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and switch to talking a little bit of tarot. So first, we're going to discuss the tarot card on the side of the page. And today, the tarot card changed from yesterday. We had the Nine of Cups, which represented the second 10 days of the sun's transit through Pisces. 10 of Cups represents the third 10 days of the sun's transit through Pisces. And we get cups because Pisces is a water sign, and cups represent water in the tarot. And water is about our emotions, our intuitions, our inspiration and creativity, all very watery sort of inner resource, like a well that comes up out of us and helps us express what needs to be expressed in our lives. So the Ten of Cups is, look at that card. Just looks like a happy family, right? And it looks also like these two might be younger over here and doing, like these people have been at it their whole lives, like just enjoying one another's company and growing their sense of security and stability in the world. So this card is really a sign of happiness and fulfillment, like complete emotional and creative fulfillment with a deep sense of sort of unity with the world around us. So, like my feet are on the ground and I feel one with the earth and I feel one with the land around me, and I feel supported and I feel inspired and I feel like my creations are going well for me. And that is all something to be very, very grateful for. So I like this card. It's funny. It's like the Nine of Cups. If you remember, they were kind of all in a row like that. But it looks a little bit like that one just got kind of crammed in there at the top. But the rainbow, that's a very positive sign. It's often considered an auspicious sign, and there's a nice blue sky there, and everybody's just happy and playing and enjoying and appreciating what they have. And this is a good time to be doing that. Also, I want to say, while I'm looking at it, that this has to do with our connection to our family and our community, which Venus conjunct Mars right now, this has to do with our connection to our families and our communities too. So I took a kind of romantic and personal route with the Venus conjunct Mars today, because in the context of our more intimate relationships, we are more passionate right now, more creative, more demonstrative, and it's good to take pleasure in that. But remember also that this is a very fertile time, and we are creating things that we are going to love and enjoy at this time. I love that. Okay, now I'm going to pull a card for today. But before I do that, I'm going to sit here and mix up my cards a little bit more while I remind myself and the cards that the sun is in Pisces, and so is Mercury, and so are Pisces co-ruling planets Neptune and Jupiter. So we're really seeing an expanded vibe of inspiration, creativity, communication, and planning. Like our dreams are getting big right now, guys, and I love that for us. The moon is in Cancer. It's just past the first quarter moon, so we're in that waxing crescent phase that says do the work to culminate the goal, right? We have a full moon coming up next Friday. So, usually by the full moon, we like to have at least some partial culmination of a goal so we can look back and say, look what I achieved. Look what I did this last month. I'm very proud of myself. And again, Venus conjunct Mars, partnership goals, guys, in context of the groups that we're parts of, but also just in the context of our relationships and how much we're feeling our partners and how much we want to show them that we care and that we're involved and we take pleasure in those relationships. Jupiter sextile Uranus at this time just shows us expanding opportunities for positive growth when we make changes for the better. And then a couple of really positive vibes over here on the moon side. Moon trine Mercury, so we're clear-minded, we're effective at plan making, and we're effective at communicating what we need to say. And then early the next morning, moon sextile Uranus says we can make some shifts and changes to generate positive results. So with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and throw this card. Oh, the Ace of Cups. That's beautiful. That's really good, because look, we've got the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Is like the beginning and the ending of the cycle. It's very duality, for sure. But it's also just like, it's a reminder of the themes of cups and the abundance that comes with it. It's sort of, Ace of Cups is like, my emotional cup runneth over, and it can be an indicator of new love. Maybe some of us are falling in love, or we're about to meet somebody that we might fall in love with. Friday is Venus's day. I'm seeing that. And so I love to see that just coming out of the top of the cup there. So overflowing feelings and emotions, sort of creativity, and, the joy of giving and receiving is here. The joy of being able to share about ourselves, or to share emotionally with people, to share inspiration with people, to share creativity with people, to create things with people, with another person, especially in the context of our partnerships right now. I mean, partnership and overflowing love and emotion are all very present here. So I think that's beautiful, guys. Look at those big juicy flowers coming up out of the water there. That's what love creates. Okay, so I think that's all I have to say about that today. Beautiful cards. To me, a beautiful page, and my 200th episode. So what could be more golden and perfect? I hope you all have a 10 of Cups and an Ace of Cups kind of day, because it's really good to be feeling good and to be in your emotions and being able to appreciate what you have. So, with all of that said, my name is Mel Rose, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.